My name is Fabio Ammar. I am the project manager of the project of Aleo Vera in Jordan, led from John Paul II Foundation in partnership with the Royal Society for the Conservation of Nature, Jordanian Exporter and Producer Association for Fruit and Vegetables, and the NAMA, Strategic Solutions. We started the project about 3.5 years ago. The main objective of this project was to improve the socio-economical conditions of the vulnerable layer of farmers in Jordan. The origin of the project has to be found in the crisis that began in 2003 with the many Iraqi refugees who came inside the country, and it was even stronger during 2011 after the Syrian crisis. With the closure of the border, you can imagine that the farmer here in the Jordan Valley and more in general in all the country didn't have anymore the natural market for their products. So many of them found themselves stuck into a very static situation. The tomatoes of the Jordanian Valley didn't find anymore the consumers, as well as the molokhie or the onions, and that's the reason why the project was conceived, in order to give an alternative of production to the small farmer, a production whose added value could be very high, and a production that could skip somehow the borders through the products that are derived from the raw material. So the Aleo Vera was perfect for this purpose.
The concept that I want to stress is that the resilience of the Aleo Vera is absolutely extraordinary. Our trials spread the plant all over the country, and starting with the Jordan Valley, we have to say that the plant got adapted very well. It is recommended to give the plant some hours of shadow per day. Concerning the highlands, we need to protect the plant during the very tough days in winter, but the plant is very strong and resists even to some day under the zero.
The pedoclimatic conditions are of course one aspect to be taken in consideration, but we can affirm nowadays, after all the experiments that we have done, that the aloe can grow in all the pedoclimatic conditions offered by the country. And it can be a good example, the fact that we find the Aleo Vera in nature, in the highlands of Petra. The Aleo Vera is in Jordan since ancient times. We can, for example, think about the Nabatean. The Nabatean for sure used to already use the aloe for cosmetic purposes, and even the aloe is mentioned in the time of Cleopatra. So we are talking about 2,500 years ago. The difference is that by the project, the Aleo Vera has become a real value chain in Jordan, not only a spontaneous plant of the miracles. And this value chain has just started, not only by the growth of the plant and the availability of raw leaves in the market, but also by the processing of the gel, which can give very interesting products in the cosmetic sector as well as in the nutraceutic sector. This particular crop should be the pride of Jordan, because probably in all the Arabic Peninsula, it's the first experiment to make the aloe vera become a real value chain. We should say that a goal that is still ongoing for the project is to improve the socio-economic conditions of the small farmers and at the same time contribute to a bigger objective, which is to improve in general the economic condition of the country by boosting the agriculture.
It's very important to make the potential of Jordan become reality. When I talk about this potentiality, I mean that, for example, in the Jordan Valley, we can raise products of the land at least 2 months before any other market. So can you imagine selling, I make just an example, watermelon in Europe in April, when we are all used to eat watermelon in July and August. It could be a very big opportunity, and we cannot miss it.
At the beginning, the project was concerned just with one cooperative here in the Jordan Valley. Time passing, we decided to spread more the crop in different spots for more than one reason. First of all, having just one stakeholder was a little bit risky, because during the first months we had the impression that the implication of this stakeholder was not serious enough. This led us to make a period of scouting of associations that could get involved in the activities of the project with a different enthusiasm. We found out that the ladies' associations were really very interested and very eager for this project, and at the same time, even though they didn't have enough land, they gave us the availability of small plots of land that could be suitable for the experiment. Even though we started with the first cooperative with more than 15,000 plants, I can say that the bigger satisfaction we got from those small plots of 200, 300, 500 plants, where the ladies were very attentive to the care of the plant and got the training not only in how to grow the plant, but also in how to transform the plant into processed added value products, such as soap, traditional soap made by soda, or the soap made by glycerin, as well as other very requested products in the cosmetic sector, such as the masks, the cream, foot cream, the gel, hydrating gel, or since we are in the pandemic period, a lot of associations got involved in the production of hygiene, the gel that is needed for the sanification of the hands. This was a big change actually concerning the objective of the project, because at the beginning we can say it was a typical agri-business value chain project that got transformed into a livelihood project, because with these small associations, with the activities of training, we gave them an alternative of revenue, which was somehow supporting their traditional activities, such as, for example, gastronomy, or for instance, the growth of thyme. We are very satisfied of the implication of this women association for more than one reason. First of all, it's not just an economic help, an economic opportunity that the project gives to the ladies, but it's also a social moment for them to gather and have an exchange of ideas, a moment of social cohesion, which is, in my opinion, very important, and it's part of the natural evolution of the individual inside the society.
If I have to mention the obstacles that I faced in the project, I would say bureaucracy was one of the major. In fact, when we wanted to implement small labs in the association that benefited with Aloe, we had to face a big list of documents that were very difficult to finalize. And we made up our mind, and we ended up just doing a small kitchen with galenic production. Another problem that we had to face is the non-availability of lands. We have at least 14, 15 women associations that would like to plant bigger plots, but they didn't receive any answer to their request for having a piece of land to cultivate. And so they had to be satisfied with small pieces of garden that they exploited in any case with the Aleo Vera.